Hey guys, what's good? What's happening? What's going on? I had zero intentions on making a video today because I had nothing really to talk about other than political stuff, and I'm gonna cut that out because it's not really worth it. That and I gotta piss. Having to piss had nothing to do with why I wasn't making a vlog today. I literally woke up this morning and I was like, there's nothing really I want to talk about, so I'm just not gonna bother. Now, that was until I'm sitting at work, it's 11:45, and my phone vibrates. I'm like, oh, must be an email. I check it. No, it's my camera system. Somebody's on the property. I was like, okay, check the event log, and the event log picked them up in the driveway, at the door, at the door, at the driveway. Go watch the video, and it's this young female carrying a package. I'm like, what the hell? So I'm like, there's no way it's already here. Yesterday I mentioned I ordered myself something and it's already here. So like lunchtime hits, I asked my colleague, I'm like, hey, are you going for lunch? He goes, no. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna run home real quick because there's a package at my door, and if it is what I think it is, it's kind of expensive and I don't want to leave it there for a porch bandit. He's like, yeah man, have at her. So I came home at noon, picked it up, brought it in the house, didn't unbox it or nothing. But guys, it's here. It's from Newegg. You probably already know what I got, or you think you know, you might know. And it's pretty funny because this is something I've been wanting for a while. Haven't been able to get because it's always been sold out. There's a whole bunch of shorts being pushed out about this exact problem. You guessed it, the Acer Nitro N50 is getting a video card upgrade. But is it AMD or is it NVIDIA? Is it a 5070? Is it a 5080? Is it a 5090? I don't think that thing would want a 5090. 850 watts might not be enough jam to make a 5090 happy. But what could it be, right? Well, that's what we're gonna do an unboxing to find out. Alrighty guys, I think you're stable on top of my chug jug. Grab the old pocket knife. Probably saying, Adam, gee, use your machete. Well, you know, we'll try and be somewhat conventional. So yes, I ordered myself a video card yesterday. You know how hard it's been to find a video card, especially before these dang tariffs come into play? Because the moment the tariffs come into play, video cards, monitors, all that shit shoots up 30%. Same damn thing, 30% more cost because it crossed the border, and our shops now have to pay that tariff. So our shops have to pay the tariff, therefore I have to pay that tariff. So what we got in here is a bunch of this. Oh yeah. There we go. Get rid of all this garbage. So guys, I ended up not getting an NVIDIA. I got an RX 9070 non-XT. Hear me out. Why did I go with the 9070 and not the 9070 XT? The reason being is, well, first off, there was no 9070 XTs in stock. Second thing, I did, there's a test you can do online where you can look at CPU bottleneck. This thing fell in at 0.3% bottlenecking the CPU. Anything below 3%, good enough. The 9070 XT showed like a 20% bottleneck at 1080p. Now I'm at 1440p. I probably should have done the test there because it probably would have made a difference. Anyway, I picked this puppy chucker up and it was not cheap. Like in the US, you guys are paying $6.99 for these. They're about 850 bucks in Canada. If this would have been picked up today with the tariffs in effect, this thing probably would have been over $1,300 after taxes and everything. So we got ourselves Team Red AMD. It's Sapphire Pulse AMD Radeon RX 9070, 16 gigabytes of RAM. The Pulse series, I don't know. And one of the reasons why I went with this card is it's only got the 2-bladed fan, not the 3-fan setup. The Acer Nitro N50 is not a big chassis. I was really concerned about a 3-fan setup fitting in there. I don't have any 3-fan setup cards to test fit. The 380, it's 2-fan. The 9060 is 2-fan. The 1070 downstairs in the other computer is a 2-fan. And the 3070 in this machine here is a 2-fan. So I didn't have any 3 fans. And trying to get measurements of cards was not easy. So I was like, you know what? Right now, the 4060 in there is a single fan. The attachment plate is long enough where theoretically a 3-fan could fit in there, but it might rub. I figured let's get one of these. Now, before I install this, what I want to do is I want to crank the settings on Rust so that graphics look really good and do an FPS before and after, because Rust is the main game I play. I will be playing others. Crazy Logie turned me on to a game last night that I might need to get behind, but you know what? Pop into this thing and see what she look like. Now, a lot of people keep the boxes. I don't know why. They keep the boxes for their graphics cards. I keep mine for a couple weeks, maybe a month tops. If it's working after a month, I get rid of the box. But inside we have a piece of non-biodegradable styrofoam. I'm pissing off my face tracking. You can't see me, you can see me, you can't see me, you can see me. Anyway, we have a Sapphire graphics card quick installation guide that is freaking thick, so it's probably in 1,500 different languages. Can confirm. And this card is actually longer than I thought it was gonna be. This is a big monster of a card. Oh shit. Okay, it's just 2 pins at the back. This is a beefy freaking video card. Holy shit. Hopefully this fits. Looks like on the back we have 2 HDMIs and 2 display ports. Should be ample for what I want to do. And we have 2 8-pin connectors for your power to power the card up to supplement the PCI slot. Pretty. And that's pretty much all they include in here. I'm surprised they don't give you a CD-ROM with drivers. How dare they? I'm kidding, guys. Who has a CD-ROM drive on their computer? I shouldn't say that because this one has a Blu-ray burner, and my laptop over there has a CD-ROM drive. But other than that, I don't have any and the Dell XPS 8300 and the Dimension 3000. But the Acer Nitro Suckface does not have, what the hell is this for? Low-density polyethyl. That's what they're using for styrofoam. In case you were wondering, now you know, and knowing's half the battle. G.I. Joe! Eh? Anyway, I need to get my Rust server up and running. I took it down because I rebooted the computer, and I wanted to update the server with the latest and greatest. So let's get Rust server started. We'll let that boot up. I'll go and do my benchmarks, capture some screenshots of the performance, and we'll get to installing this card. Then we'll do a performance test afterwards, and we'll just see how much the 9070 destroys the 4060. It should just smother it. Why are you still looking at me? That's better. When we got home, guys, it wasn't doing this out there. This just showed up. So glad I don't have to go to the office tomorrow. Or for that matter, anywhere tonight. Anyway, guys, I got the Acer Nitro Suckface out of its hiding hole, and we're gonna start gutting it. So as you can see, the old GeForce RTX here, Christ, I gotta do a quick little fitment. All I gotta say is I'm lucky I didn't get anything bigger because Jesus Murphy, I'm gonna have to shoehorn this thing in here. Edge to edge, I'm gonna shoehorn it in there. This is gonna be very unpleasant, but let's get after it. Now, one problem I'm gonna have is this card has 2 of these 8 pins. I gotta get another 8-pin installed in here, which means I'm gonna have to pull the power supply and install that because I have no other choice. And then we'll get the video card out of the way, install the new card. That's gonna be hell. So first I'll get this cable set up. Found the iFixit kit, fell off the back of the desk and hit the floor. So glad I found that. This is like my favorite tool for fixing computers, mainly because it comes with this nice little convenient tray right here to put your screws in. I gotta pull the graphics card out to give me some room. The other problem I'm probably gonna have is I'm wondering if I'm gonna have clearance. Get this thing out of here. I'll put this behind the camera for now. Just sit it there. And what the hell is this for? That's for the CPU power. Okay. I don't have any twist ties, do I? Because that'd come up clutch. Alright. So this thing should be free. If I recall, this was a pain in the ass to get in here in the first place. Alright, where'd I put that other cable? Alright, we'll plug you into the second PCI slot. See, these cables come with 2 headers, but I don't think you should use 1 cable to power a card. I don't know how much power this card draws. I have seen people just take one of these cables and plug it into a video card, and it's fine, but I'm not about to risk it. And if you're wondering why I'm coughing, it's because this case is super filthy. I was about to say, I wonder if right now is the time to peel off that hard drive case, that metal cage back here. Get rid of the dang thing. Why are you being stubborn? So basically what I'm doing here is I'm trying to do the impossible and take a potato computer, because I really don't feel like building a new one, and turn it into something decent that'll last me a couple of years. However, There we go. Somehow I wedged it in there, and I'm not sure exactly how. It might be good. Let's see if we can screw it back into place. See, if it was summertime, I would just bring this computer out to the garage and Dremel out. Like this foot here doesn't come off, does it? I wonder if I can spatula that foot off. Maybe I can just drill out those stupid plates and take that hard drive cage clean out. I don't have any drill bits in here anyway if I wanted to. Why are you being so difficult? I could have sworn that I got this thing in, no problems, when I made that previous video. And now it's just difficult city. And I don't know what the hell it's binding on. I'm just gonna set it up right here, guys. Let me get this power supply in. I'll be right with you. All right, I might be okay to screw it back in. Wherever the hell the screw holes are. There we go. It just needed a little bit of finesse in the form of violence. Alrighty guys, now to try and fit this video card in here. This is where the fun begins, or some shit. Gotta undress it first because it's got plastic. I wonder if this is why the guy said his card kept overheating. I wonder if he left this shit on it. You know, I have seen dumber things. But even though theoretically leaving this on shouldn't interfere with cooling, it might. Look at that. It's not a bad looking card. I'm gonna take off this sticker, take off this sticker, put that in the garbage, check for other stickers. There's no more stickers. So now how the frick are we gonna get you in here? First off, I do stupid things. Guys, this card might not even fit. The Acer Nitro Suckface might be limited. I might have just bought a $1,000 video card that I can't even use because the computer case I'm trying to put it in is a piece of shit. Well, we're gonna get her in there. Fuck that. We'll figure it out. Here I bought a 2-fan card thinking, oh, wait. Holy frick, boys. It doesn't get tighter than that. It doesn't get tighter than that. I need zip ties. Do I have zip ties in this freaking room? I know I got some in the garage. I need to keep those wires out of those fans. There's like zero clearance. Like, not a lot of room for air to get in there. But there is room, and that's all that matters. She is freaking shoehorned in there. Jesus, Murph. Mental note. No more pre-built computers that are super, super tiny. It's pretty bad. When the Dell XPS 8300 that I bought back in 2000 and I want to say 11 has more real estate than this modern Acer Nitro Suckface. However, guys, it's in there. There may be some breathing problems, as in this thing might need a puffer. As long as the wires don't hit the fans, we might be okay. What a mess. If I knock that cage out though, then I can zip tie all the cables down below and route them up the side of the case. Like, there's nowhere for cable management on this thing. It was never intended to be used or abused the way I am using and abusing it now. So I guess the next step is plug it back in and see if it catches fire. Alrighty, she's fired up. Let's see if we get any sort of display. Keyboard turned on, Acer Nitro turned on. That's a good sign. Let me see if I can turn off that stupid gamer thing. It's either gonna boot to Windows or blue screen. Hey! All right, now I need to install the drivers, so I'll be right back. I'm installing the actual Adrenaline drivers for AMD, but the screens are doing that weird thing, like when I come over here, the cursor's sideways. I talked about this before, and like left is down, right is up is right. So it's like holding the mouse sideways. You can do stuff. Why is Adobe coming up? Can we just tell it to frig off? Why are you installing bloatware on my computer, AMD? I'm just hoping this card can breathe, because there's not a lot of space between the power supply and the hard drive cage. I think once winter frigs off for a change, if it ever will, for crying out loud, I will take the Acer Nitro Suckface out to the garage and put a drill bit through those rivets and take that stupid hard drive cage clean out of it. And that should hopefully give me a lot more space. Everything's flickering away here, typical of a driver update. Oh yeah. Mouse cursor's still broken. It won't let me go any further down than that. And what's this? Sure. I don't know what the heck it just connected to, but cool. Krakens are still plugged in. They shouldn't be. I don't even have them set up over here. I don't even know where the hell I put them. Oh, they're around the corner. That should be set up to use this. Okay, so what's going on with this driver? Is it done? Close that. Close that. I got rid of all the NVIDIA shit. Get rid of Discord. Sure. Hyper RX, start gaming. Whatever the frig that just did. All right, we're up to date. We're good. We can take screenshots, record video, all that fun shit. Monitors are still messed up. I fixed that last time with a reboot, so I'm going to do that now and hope for the best. I don't know why this is not fixing itself. Like, it is, but it's not. Like, my cursor's here, and did you... Okay, this is what's whack, right? So, right now the cursor's upright. It looks proper. I can move it anywhere on the screen. It looks proper. As soon as I sit it down, cursor's upright, boom, cursor flips, now it's down here. What the frick? Is scaling turned on? I grab it. I can't grab it. Oh, frig, man, this is annoying. This is the problem I had before with this, and I don't know what the hell is causing it. Remember window location based on monitor, minimize monitor when disconnected, erase cursor movement between display. Here, I'm gonna turn this off. Is scaling turned on? 100%. Is scaling turned on for this one? 100%. I don't understand why it's doing this all of a sudden, and it was fine. This is gonna drive me nuts. I'm gonna have to mess around with this and figure it out. So apparently there's a feature in Windows that I'm missing on the Acer Nitro Suckface called Screen Lock. And by default it was turned on, and there's no setting anywhere to turn it off. And that's what's causing my problem right now, is I'm able to change the orientation using the AMD software with hotkeys. I'm able to do all that, but it's not locking in. So I tried a registry hack to see if that will resolve it, and it super didn't. So that's awesome. I don't know how I got it working so perfectly on the NVIDIA card, but now I'm having issues with the AMD card. This is gonna drive me frickin' bonkers, and I really don't wanna have the monitors in landscape mode because they just take up too much space. And I've gotten so accustomed to like having OBS up here, having Discord down here, having my web browser over here, and then this spot up here for whatever the hell I want to use it for. But now that's not an option because there's something going on that I don't know if it's Acer's version of Windows 11 that's a piece of shit. Because theoretically, down here, there should be a screen lock option, and there literally is nothing. There's no extra settings down here. That just shows the calendar. That's just your keyboard. I don't know why there's two of them in there, but whatever. And there's nothing in here for screen lock, and it's still doing it. Let's go to AMD Adrenalin software. Maybe there's something in here. I don't know. We'll try some updates. We'll see what happens. I also turned off fast boot. We're having issues at work with fast boot where it was basically retaining settings from previous boot sessions causing problems. So I figure I don't need fast boot enabled because I don't need it to remember stuff. I just want it to start up and work. Or otherwise I'm gonna have to run those monitors in landscape mode until Windows 11 fixes this shit. Because this is a known bug with Windows 11 that Microsoft has in their issues bin, but because it's not a major bug, they don't care. And I had this issue at work with a client who was recently updated to Windows 11, and they had this issue where the monitor was flipped and the mouse wouldn't work, and all I did was updated the graphics driver and that solved it. Well, the problem is I just installed the damn graphics driver. So why broken? Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make a flip of sense. So gonna wait and see what this thing does now after it boots back up. I don't know. Worst case, I'm gonna have to figure out how the hell I can have these monitors in landscape mode, because this one here hangs out pretty far because of this one here. What? Why are you doing this? Whatever. Freaking blue screen. We'll see if it boots up and if it's still cocked over. I need 3 monitors for streaming, and I really wanted to stream this new game that Logie showed me. I think it's called Schedule 1, and literally you're an entrepreneur in the pharmaceutical business of illicitity. Yeah, we'll go with that. So it's still broken. For crying out loud. This is what I get for getting an AMD, I guess. My last luck with an AMD was horrible. And this is no different. Like last time I had an AMD, it was brutal. So that's why I always bought NVIDIA after that. I bought the NVIDIA, what's this? Ask about AMD. Oh, if I want to install an AI chatbot. Hey AMD, can you fix the frickin' screen thing? Like, my goodness, that just makes it a sidebar. Like, adjust game graphics. Can we not make that a sidebar? Thanks. So that's monitor, that's that one. What's global display do? Oh, see, and there's, I don't understand it. Like, it comes over and it's sideways, right? But if I physically grab this screen and drag it over, everything is fine until I bring it back. And I don't know what is broken in Windows to make it do that. Combine multiple displays as one, don't want to do that. AMD privacy view, don't care. Custom resolutions, don't care. What does GPU scaling do? GPU will scale up lower resolutions to fit the display when not enabled. Yeah, that's fine. We don't need that turned on. Don't need that turned on. What's this smart technology? That's for the sound card, and resizable bar is enabled. Let me get rid of my crosshair real quick. Don't need AMD chat. What I need is this shit to work properly. This monitor here is still in portrait. You want to see something really stupid? Okay, so I come over here, right? It's still doing that. And then I come over here and I say display pointer trails. All right, display pointer trails. Now the mouse is working perfectly fine. You turn off pointer trails, it's broken again. What the shit? Why is that so cocked? What the hell? That doesn't make sense why pointer trails of all things. I really don't want pointer trails turned on because, like, who wants to see Windows friggin' 3.1 again? I need to go and probably deactivate a whole frick load. What's click lock? No, I don't care about that. Still broken. Alrighty guys, we're testing out the 4060. I don't really have a way to track the frames per second except for with the monitor, and you know what? In the bottom left hand corner it shows the frames per second and heaps and stuff. Now keep in mind I am playing on my own server, on my own network by myself. There's no other players, so this is not going to be a super accurate, but it'll be a controlled environment. I just want to see if the FPS meter on this monitor will actually show. Oops, I accidentally turned the monitor off. 1 second, guys. The buttons are weird. The buttons are weird. There we go. FPS counter. So the FPS on the monitor is pretty useless. It's just showing 165, but the game's showing 68 FPS. And currently my graphics settings are all over the place. I turned off DLSS just for the sake of it. I don't have DLSS on the AMD card, obviously, so it's kind of pointless to use it there. I turned off NVIDIA reflex mode because I won't have it on the AMD. I left precise. Anything NVIDIA related, DLSS, deep learning anti-aliasing, I turned that all off. Draw distance, I got it pinned. Global render distance, got it pinned. Parallax mapping, I just left it where it was. Water quality, I always lower that, and water reflection. Makes it easier to see through the water. Grass displacement, always have that on. Shadows on. Reflex mode off. All that shit. Down here I'm doing full resolution for the texture mip maps. I don't, it says per texture or all textures. I don't know, I just left it where it was. Not sure what the difference is. Texture mip map streaming on. Streaming mip map memory, set it to a gig. Resolution very high for shadows. Distance shadow mask, quality 3, cascade 4, and mesh quality is every option is pinned. Image effects, I have triple super sampling anti-aliasing turned on. The options are off. First, second, tri-terry super sampling or whatever. I don't know what the difference here is between these three. I just figured this was the best one because it was on the bottom. There's FXAA, which I don't know if that makes a difference, and TSAA. Depth of field, I always turn this stuff off. I hate bloom. I hate the lens dirt. Motion blur is annoying. Sun shafts is off. Sharpen I leave on because it's easier to see people. Vignette, don't need it because it blacks out the sides of the screen. Hurt and hurt lighting I leave on. Now, We just dipped down to 50 frames per second. Coming out here. Why am I in the snow? We're getting 65 frames. Let's go over here into this area and we'll just see how bad it dips. Keeping in mind, guys, the frames per second counter on the actual game, or on the monitor, is kind of bunk. I should have got some sort of like Riva tuner. But we're sitting at 66 frames per second here. I gotta use a black border just to see in the bottom left. Oh shit. We're also in God mode because we're on my server and I'm the admin. 1 second, dude. 1 second. 1 second, dude. Holy, this guy's not gonna give me a second. What's a good gun to use against this guy? Give me that. These guys are running right through the fence. What a bunch of nerds. Hackers. Alrighty guys, we're back in right now. It's showing 120 FPS and I'm seeing about 121. Oh shit. Huh. Didn't even see that guy there. Alright, let me grab a better gun here. Let's go items. Let's grab an AK-47, ammo, grab a bunch of, grab 1,000 rounds of that. This feels really snappy. So we are sitting at, it says 66 frames per second. But it feels snappier. Let me just check my graphics settings real quick. So render scale is cranked. DLSS is obviously gone because NVIDIA is gone. Everything is set the same. Got the max TSSA turned on. Everything's good. It's showing 100 and I'm really no good with an AK-47. I gotta get that recoil down. Yeah, my overlay is not overlaying on the stream. But it says we're getting double the frame rates that we were getting before. I'm seeing 120 frames. Even though down on the bottom, it's only showing 61. I don't have VSync turned on, do I? Let me check to see if I got VSync turned on because it's showing pretty high. VSync is turned off. Frames limit is set to 240. Oh, I'm at friggin' 4K. That's a problem. Gonna be honest, guys, I never get 8Ks when I play online. I'm like the grub king. SMG is good enough for me. But it seems to be the FPS counter down below is locking in at 66 frames per second. Yet the overlay is showing that it's putting out 120. So I don't know what to believe. Well, I'm happy with it. I'm really happy with it. So yeah, the real question is was the 9070 worth it? I'm physically gonna say yes. Now here's the thing, using Rust as a benchmark is not really the best benchmark out there. They're finally starting to utilize graphic cards, mainly NVIDIA, DLSS and stuff, to try and improve and offload more performance to the GPU. But one thing about Rust is it is a CPU whore. When I had the AMD overlay up, the graphics card was barely stretching its legs. It was maybe 30% utilization, where the CPU was sitting at 87% usage. So GPU in Rust, not really that demanding. That's the reason why a lot of people playing Rust are using like 3060s and 4060s, and they're just optimizing the settings to hold a 60 frame per second because it's good enough good stuff. However, I do play other games that use the GPU for rendering. You know, like Fortnite's another one that's CPU intense. You have a good CPU and a shitty GPU, you're gonna score super awesome frames. You can get away with a 3050 with Fortnite, and you'll be able to competitively play no problem. But then you play Call of Duty or any of those other games where they have FSR enabled, they have DLSS enabled, they have access to all of the features of the graphics card. That's when it comes into play. Having a better GPU than a CPU will benefit also if you're rendering to a 1440 screen. Now, I had no idea that for some frickin' reason, it was pumping like friggin' 4K to my screen. Actually, I think it was higher than 4K. I think I was trying to dump 8K to a 2K display, if that's what 1440 is. I think 1440 is 1440p. Or it is 2K, I don't know. I don't friggin' know. All I know is it's not 1080, I modified the graphics. I went online and watched the video of a guy who basically modifies the graphics to disable all the useless stuff that is really beautiful but makes it hard to spot bad guys. But it doesn't matter. You guys seen the way I aim. I'm sloppy with the mouse. I'm not snappy with it. Some of these guys I watch, like Shots and Spoon Kid and Willjum and all that, they'll just like whip the mouse and headshot, whip the mouse and headshot. Like they're so in tune with the game, but they also have like thousands of hours into the game. Like you look at Shots, he's sitting at 7,000 hours. You look at Willjum, he's sitting at over 10,000 hours. These guys are friggin' Rust for lifers, you know? Where I literally play the game when I have time, and lately I just haven't had time. Why is it so cold down here? Well, she's holding at 69. Nah, who knows? I know it's freaking cold out right now though. Holy piss. I had the window open in the computer room there just to bring the temps down, and frig sakes, man, it was not fun. I left the window closed all day. Yeah, I left the window closed all day, but frig, she was hot when I got home, so I cracked the window and left it open just throughout all the filming. But yeah, that issue I was having with the display. So when I was having it when I opened Rust, and then I launched OBS and it went away. Now the screens are acting as they should. So I don't know what the frig is going on. I found a guy with a 7900X, and he's having the exact same problem. Rust right now is closed. Mouse trails are turned off. And I bring the mouse cursor over and now it's acting up. But when Rust was open, it wasn't acting up. So watch, I'll open up like Rust. And now everything's fine. The mouse is going across and I can move it up and down when Rust is open. So what would cause it to behave like this? And like mouse trails is not turned on right now. It's got to be one of those mouse pointer drivers in my driver settings that's cocking it over, because like everything works fine when Rust is open. The moment I quit Rust, man, I'm hoping they added, I had to buy it. I bought this thing. It's so funny. I have a lot of the fish armor. If they come out with a fish sleeping bag or a fish this setup with the tin can helmet, I think I have one though. Oh no, I have a bucket hat. If they come out with this setup in fish, I'm gonna have to buy it, because roadside armor in fish would be awesome. It's great camouflage too, like you sit in the bush wearing that and nobody sees you. But watch what happens. I'll close out of Rust, I'll click on yes, it'll exit out, and then it's back to being goofy. Like, I don't understand why having a game open, it works fine, and then when I don't have a game open, it reverts back to like landscape mode mouse cursor. Because honestly, there's the power button up there. So landscape would be like this. And it's working in landscape mode right now. And then the same with this one here, the power button's down here. So this is landscape mode cursor. I don't know why the cursor isn't flipping with the monitor. But then when I have a game open, it's fine. Like, it doesn't make sense. It's like the cursor's being overlaid. I wonder if that's a thing. I don't have the foggiest as to why it's doing it. It's almost like this is using a virtual cursor. I'm also wondering if it has to do with the fact that I uninstalled the NVIDIA drivers while I was installing the Radeon drivers. Maybe I'll just try a reinstallation of the Radeon drivers and see if that takes. I'll set all the monitors to not be in portrait, and then I'll blow away the software, reinstall it, and go from there. I don't know. But it's getting freaking late. It's like, what? Holy crap, it's 9 o'clock at night. I'm going to bed. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. If you have any ideas on this problem, let me know in the comments down below. I'll probably have it figured out by the time this video goes live, but if I don't, it'd be great to know, because otherwise those monitors are going back into their standard position. That's gonna suck, because I really like the way I have it set up right now, because I can keep everything close to my face. And it's nice like that. Until next time, guys, thanks for coming out, like all that shit, and peace the frig out. Sit, stupid, sit. Good dog.